Alright, we're gonna jump in and play some MTG Arena. So, looks like this quick draft is gonna end at the end of the day, which is nice. I'm looking forward to a better set. Hopefully, Amonkhet, not Amonkhet, but hopefully Ixalan rivals, um, Dominaria, or even M19 would be fine. So, I'm good with that. 30 red or white spells is good. I like playing my white knight deck. Gotta get some wins and then just deal some damage. Looks like to anybody. I think I'm gonna lower the music here. Hopefully that'll help. It's sounding a little loud. Gotta work on my pops right now. I'm working on my mic is on a headset. I do have a better mic setup that I'll be implementing where I have a blue snowball and hopefully gear that up. I just want to keep making content, so I'm just gonna keep recording my plays and talking through it and see if there's anybody else who finds something interesting about what I'm doing here on MTGA or that I can help, because I definitely have some things I want to talk about on here still, and I want to improve my Magic. I've been playing since 1994 and there's been big gaps, and I feel like I'm a pretty average player. Sometimes I can be a little above average, and if you watch this you can see I make plenty of mistakes, so probably right there in the middle of the pack. And let's go ahead and do, kind of want to do the Singleton again, because it feeds in all the quests and it helps potentially get some bonus cards. So I'm looking to cast some white spells. I'm just going to dive right in here with my Singleton Knight deck. And then I think I didn't record, but last night I came on and did a couple quick quests, and I opened a pack and I got a Wild Mythic, and with it I got the new Ajani from M19, Johnny Adversary of Titans, and he is just an awesome planeswalker. I noticed the Singleton format, people are they just have decks full of bombs, and me trying to do some kind of tribal synergy is probably the wrong way to go about it, but wow, I've got no board presence here. I probably should have mulled this. But who knows what they're playing. We can stop some aggression at least. They're white as well, so we'll see what happens here. And so I'm catching up and learning what a lot of these cards are. So at the beginning of combat on your turn, if you control an artifact, he gets +2/+1 until end of turn. If you control 3 or more artifacts, he also gains first strike. Okay, that's pretty good. So we're just gonna let him play with that for now. This is great for when we've actually lost something, and then let him get in with his 1 damage. I'm not worried about that guy till he boosts it. Alright, let's get our knight down. He's got something in his hand, so he'll be 3/2, but I'll have the first strike until he gets more, unless he can drop 3 artifacts right now, which I don't think will be possible unless he drops a bunch of really small artifacts. I don't know many people are going to run an Ornithopter in their Singleton. And a Gideon of the Trials. Wow. That is a pretty good card. So he'd probably make him indestructible. Prevent all damage to target permanent would deal. So he's definitely going to stop my guy. Now this is a really hard planeswalker to get rid of. Very hard planeswalker to get rid of. So I don't have anything to deal with him yet. Okay, I don't know why you would go with that. So he went with the, as long as the game was, you can't lose or win the game, or your opponents can't win the game. Let's see what happens here. I'm gonna fatal push just to clear path. Then we're gonna go to combat, and we're going to attack, and we're going to just kick him dead. So he probably has a bunch of Gideon Planeswalkers, and we're gonna have to kill all of them. So that's gonna be tough. Probably would have been better for him to go for the indestructible, but what do I know? I'm going about 50-50 on these. I don't know how I feel about this human artificer. I thought she would have, keep getting her early in games and without much in my graveyard to pull out with her. Okay, what am I doing here? Exert, initiate attacks. If you do, he gets a lot more life. Become a 4/3 with lifelink. That's pretty good. I think they want me to seal away my own guy, and I'll tell you, it's not going to happen. Alright, so we're going to get in with combat. He doesn't have any kind of seal away or any kind of crazy mana available, so we'll just get right in there. This guy is a rare. And I wonder what he's thinking about. We'll go ahead and end the turn. We do have Seal Away and Cast Down available, and we've got mana for both. If he's dropping any hasters. Right now I haven't cast any white spells. So what I did want to take time to talk about is if you don't have Magic the Gathering Arena, or you're watching a lot of, streamers with a bigger following, or doing more deck techs and that kind of stuff, as I'm jumping back into Magic the Gathering, right now I'm pretty familiar with the Dominaria set, and I'm getting more familiar with M19, and so what I'm going to do is try to get acquainted with more of the Ixalan cards. I need to get myself acquainted with Ixalan and Rivals, Amonkhet, and Kaladesh. I won't need to as much because they're cycling out, and so some of the cards will be relevant as they go forward. Hopefully, I think the only thing that's going to last is something I really want to talk about here for Magic the Gathering Arena is how it differs from the different varieties of Magic the Gathering and other games that are doing what it's trying to do. So I think that I can lend some good commentary on that, as a game designer and a broad game player. Video games and board games, design and play a lot of both, as many people do these days. But right now this is in a very unique area because it is only currently standard. So it'll be really interesting to see what they do as it cycles, because some of the formats, will they have you keep drafting the sets that have rotated out? How often will that pop up? How popular will that be when you've got people who may not want to play that and spend gold or gems acquiring cards that won't be useful in other formats or the more popular formats? But what it does is it doesn't create a modern scene. It doesn't create a scene where there's you know, the high-end commander. I'm guessing I'm going to be seeing a settle the wreckage or something here. I'm going to try to go wide and have the servo tokens rather than do the flying damage, because if I jump in right now to a settle with all my dudes or a fumigate, I'm guessing he's holding back because he wants to drop one of those. But I've got to continue to apply the pressure, and this Anthem effect is too good to pass up. So we'll see what they cast now. So there is the Singleton format out there, and with that Singleton, okay, he does have Settle the Wreckage mana out there. So we're going to play around Settle. We're going to attack with him and one of these guys. We're going to force it. Okay. So, we'll see what happens next turn. I've got quite a few answers here. And a lot of open mana. He's still got Settle the Wreckage. So, let's see what happens here. Alright, there's no reason to attack with anything other than my one guy. He's going to be doing lethal, so that's game. Alright, I played around a lot of things there. It looks like I didn't need to, but I'm glad I did. It's always nice picking up that first win. So what I want to continue to talk about is specifically the Singleton format is a great thing that they'll be able to continue to do into the future, where this can ignore kind of standard and they can keep building on this, whether they get to full commander EDH style where it has the programming for a commander and the command zone, and if they have the ability to make the 100 card, at minimum 100 card deck or whatnot. That'll be great. That'll be interesting to see. And then Modern will take on its own flavor here as this game ages, and there is a much deeper pool. Will they ever reprint fetch lands and have stuff like that gets, and I'm not sure, are they planning on putting in older sets? Because I kind of feel like they just picked a jumping off point and they're thinking of this as, we're starting here and we're just going to move forward, because moving backwards is going to be really hard for them. I do like that I have a nice one drop, and I can use my Evolving Wilds to get the black mana I need for that. I'm going to take the chance, although I don't like the way I need to drop these two. I won't get to play this first. I won't get to play that first. I think it's better to drop. I think it's better to drop the Knight of Malice as soon as possible. Let's see what I draw. Okay, I'm already in for a World of Pain. That is a great card for them to have. Opening hand. Yeah, this is what you need turn 1 for this right here. So he's gonna zap whatever I put down, and it's gonna be a little rough. get my land, we're gonna need a swamp on a mountain. So I don't know what he's having to think about, but I'm pretty sure it's on him to just click done for my swamp. And I don't know what he's gonna want to do to me in the meantime. I do not know why this is happening. He has no timeouts, so I think if he's walked away, he's gonna accidentally concede here in a second. I don't know what that done window does, but I picked that I wanted a swamp, so he should be just clicking done for me here. This is a little annoying. And so this gives me an opportunity to continue talking about what I was talking about. They do have great opportunities here for the Singleton and other formats. They could do a draft where they have packs from various, like a chaos draft, where they have packs from various sets, non-standard as well. And so I think they're doing great tie-ins as far as stuff with the current Magic the Gathering standard. Now, this game is also trying to be a lot like Hearthstone, and I do like that there is the daily quests on the main page. Getting the gold, grinding the gold, buying packs. I think it's fantastic. You know, they do have the special cards in Hearthstone, where you can have the golden version. And here we can do foils. I think they should absolutely introduce foils as a money sink of some kind. That'd be fun. I don't think they'll ever take it to the trading market, much like the trading market of there's the trading market that happens for MTGO, where you're playing Magic the Gathering online, and you can buy and trade and sell tokens, sell tickets for you can do the ticket thing for selling and trading, and tickets are a commodity here. And so for Hearthstone, there isn't anything for that. So it's kind of a self-contained. You have a self-contained collection. Right now, I cannot figure out why some of the cards aren't available to me. I'm guessing you have to see them or encounter them first, or it's either a bug, or I have to keep earning some of these smaller side decks before I can actually earn any of the other stuff. Like Vraska's Contempt is the one I want, and I can't seem to figure out how I'm gonna get it. I have a wild, and that's another thing, crafting cards. So they've borrowed crafting cards here from, like they did from Hearthstone as well, with the crafting system there. They have the dust here. They just give you wild cards in random packs, and it is an awesome feeling. You open up that wild mythic, and it is literally now any mythic in the whole thing, and it's quite awesome. So I am going to take a timeout here from the video, because I don't know if this is a bug where I've popped Evolving Wilds and I've selected a swamp. And it's now, I believe, on him to click done. When other people have done this, the picture of the card they've selected appears right here in the middle of the screen. I click done and we proceed. Now, either two things are happening right here, which is, I'm going to call this a beta bug. I'm going to give this guy the benefit of the doubt because he's got better board presence. He's got everything going for him right now. He knows nothing of my deck other than I'm fetching up a swamp. And so he, this is either a beta bug where he's over there trying to click and cannot click it, or he didn't make its way to him, or he is actively, what he could be trying to do is stall out the game. He knows that he can infinitely wait and there's nothing I can do but concede. So he might be trying to force me to concede. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the video right now, and then I'm just going to let this sit. I'm not going to make everybody watch it, but I think it gave me the opportunity to talk about some nice things about Magic the Gathering Online, and I would like to do more tutorials for Magic the Gathering Online and provide some basics for anybody who hasn't made it into the beta yet or is curious about the differences between this and Hearthstone. I was playing Hearthstone until the latest expansion came out, and I love that game. It's amazing what they're able to do with it being a game completely built around a video game. So it's a card game, but it's a video game. So why that's important is they're able to do things that you can't physically do with a lot of these cards. Every card in Magic the Gathering, the game design is limited by me having the card in my deck physically, drawing it, playing it, and then doing something reasonable with the rules. Now, in Hearthstone, you don't need to be reasonable. You can have it roll 1,000,000 dice for you. You can have the card, turn into another card randomly. And there's no need to roll dice, no need to have... A card could come out and be like, oh, when it comes into play, it's one of 100 different cards. And you don't have to have all those cards there. It can come out as anything. They are able to do a lot of amazing effects because it is video game only. So I'm going to stop the video here, and hopefully you got something out of this one of just seeing Magic the Gathering. This is interesting. Is this a beta bug, or is this guy trying to get me to concede? People less often are going to concede in one of these matches where there is something on the line with the gold and the whatnots. If this was just a quick casual free play game, I could concede here and I'd lose nothing. But if I concede now, I'm going to get one of the losses when I'm trying to get one of the 7 wins. So that's, I'm not sure. I'm going to have to go on the MTGA forums, or maybe I haven't looked to see if there's a Reddit yet. I'm still new to this, so I'm going to be going through it. I know I've said I'm going to stop this video 3 times now, but I think it's a good opportunity. I wanted to thank you for sticking in with me, and look forward to more videos that are kind of tutorial based and deck text and talking about my collection, because I think I'm very limited here as to what I can actually build and show you and talk about based on my collection. So I'm excited to grow the collection and see what I can do within what is reasonable. It's not just, hey, I've got every card at my disposal, so what are we going to do? Let's do anything we want. No, we've got some constraints going on, so let's work within that. All right, so I'm out for now. And if this is I might do this as a 2-part. So this might be part 1. And check out my links below to my social media. Please subscribe if you like this kind of stuff. Share it. And thanks for checking it out. All right, bye.